All right, all right, all right. Okay, 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 okay. Wait a second. How do we get this? Why are we getting a little bit of a freezing again? Let's see if this will help. All right, what's going on, everybody? How are you feeling? I hope everything is good and great and beautiful. Today is episode 22 and of the Growth Clinic, Consultants Without Borders, and it is Valentine's Day. Yes, it is Valentine's Day. Are you ready for Valentine's Day? What are you doing on Valentine's Day? Please let me know if you're having any plans today. If you're single, that's beautiful. Congratulations. You're ready to mingle. And if you're not, if you're in a relationship, still congratulations, because you're doing something that all the single people wish that they could. So yes, it's going to be a great conversation today. I want us to talk about whatever comes up that must be addressed. However, as I was thinking earlier today, I was like, today's going to be a Valentine's Day. And the funny thing is, Valentine's Day is now, in the year 2025, mostly celebrated as a marketed idea around the world, just the same way Christmas is. Actually, Valentine's Day even more so than Christmas, because both of these events, they're 100% pure marketing strategies, and I want you to understand that. I want you to know that the Valentine's event or Valentine's Day, Christmas, Thanksgiving, these are all marketed events. Father's Day, Mother's Day, these are all marketed and branded because they're just meant to be another push for the economy to just sell you more garbage that you don't need, more basically consumers spending their hard-earned money over emotional excuses. Because remember, I told you this before, the only way we make decisions are emotionally. And since the economy needs to move, they need us to get emotional for us to spend our money, to part way with our hard-earned money. What is the best way to get you emotional? Love! Love is the best way to get you emotional, baby. Love by default is all about emotions. So once love comes in, then you're powerless. What are you going to do? Not buy that rose, or not buy the teddy bear, or not go on a dinner? And on average, how much do you spend every Valentine's Day? How much does your partner spend? Now some people go crazy and they have to buy each other gifts on Valentine's Day because those Instagram, the gram, baby, the gram photos gotta be looking good. Can't not show up on Instagram with a full Valentine's Day decked out treatment. See, the thing is, I want you to understand, as a smart consumer, you should not fall into the trap of how the corporations and the big operations want to make you emotional. And again, this comes back to our conversation from yesterday. Emotional mastery is literally the pinnacle of success. If you want to experience success on your terms, and by the way, let me actually hide this because we don't need this here. I'm not selling you anything. This event, this show, this podcast, this live clinic every day is supposed to be for you, so you get on your own path of taking massive actions for your dreams to come true quicker, for your dreams to turn into goals, and for those goals to become reality. That's the entire idea of this event. Because once you can do it yourself, then you get to naturally be able to guide others to go through it. And when we do this so many times and you're just rewarded for it so many times, then the next natural step becomes the this, which is the community service, which is to bring back value, which is to get everybody who otherwise would not be able to have these services and opportunities to also get a little taste so that they could experience growth, expansion, breaking through on their own terms. So let's talk about emotional mastery, and I want to invite you to please, whether you are single or whether you're in a relationship, to first prioritize your relationship with yourself instead of with all those around you, because we need their approval and we need their love. I want you to please spend some time and do some indulging of your own self. Don't just give your 100% to everybody, trying to please them, trying to make them happy, trying to get their approval and love all the time. Give some of that love, that fountain that you keep on pouring into others, into yourself. I don't think there is any day more than today to speak about the importance of self-love and the importance of actually, hello, Irish Madarno. I think you just said hi in reverse. Yes, the Irish Madarno says, hello from YouTube. Thank you for watching. I literally want you to understand that the most important thing you could do in your life is for yourself to give love and attention to yourself. And that does not mean go getting a massage. That's good. You should do that. It does not mean just reading and taking a warm shower. Those are cool. You should do that. But to literally hold your hand on your heart and just close your eyes. Take a deep breath. And I don't know if you know, scientifically, a sigh of relief absolutely gets rid of up to 50% tension inside your body with one breath out. Okay, let's do this again. If you're driving, don't do this. But if you're not driving, I want you to close your eyes and take a deep breath. Just sigh out with the force. Make the noise. Don't be afraid, okay? Don't go like, no. We're gonna sigh of relief. So do it again. Close your eyes. I don't care where you are. If you're in a coffee shop or if you're in a workstation at your office, do it. One third time. Good. So now I want you to keep your eyes closed if you feel comfortable. If you don't, that's okay. But keep your hand on your heart. And I want you to feel your heart beating. Seriously. Feel your heart beating. It beats hundreds of thousands of times without you even thinking about it. It goes up and down. By the way, that's every day. 100,000 times a day. And you don't even need to think about it. Your heart is 100% always there with you, whether you're enjoying your life or you're not, whether you're suffering or you're not. Your heart is the first body part that starts beating in the fetus, and it's the last one that stops the moment that we are concluding our journey here. That's why you always see the flat line on the ECG, electrocardiograph. Breathe into your heart and thank your heart. Give it a thank you. It's beating non-stop for you. How hard is it to actually just thank our heart? We thank everybody around us. We thank our partner, our boss, our employees. Thank your heart. It's Valentine's Day, baby. Spend some loving time in your heart. Take a deep breath. Again, if you're comfortable, still keep your eyes closed because it just brings peace and allows you to focus on your heart. I want you to do that. Focus your attention on your heart and feel it beat in your chest. Feel it pump in your chest. This is good. Yes. Yes. Think about your heart. Yes. Feel your heart. This is where literally all of your life force, the love, passion, courage, bravery, everything comes from this space, my friend. I want you to literally put your hands on your heart, take a deep breath, breathe into it. And I want you to think about a moment in your life where you felt absolutely in love or loved. Think about that moment. Remember that time. It's your own experience. I'm not getting you to imagine anything else other than what you felt was an absolute loving moment in your life. Yes, and think about it, relive that moment and feel it. Feel it in your heart. Hear the sounds you were hearing then. Feel what you were feeling then, now. See what you were seeing then, now. And you will notice that naturally you may just find yourself with a nice subtle smile on your face. And your heart will be getting fuzzy and warm. You will feel it. Focus more on creating and recreating that state in your life where you felt absolutely in love or loved. It could be a birthday, it could be a moment of first love, first kiss, parents holding you, you holding your firstborn, feeling very close to your creator, God, whatever it is. Feel it. I want you to feel it. It's Valentine's Day, and I want you to start this day with yourself, with your heart, and thanking your heart. You know, the first time I ever connected to my heart, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, consciously for the first time, and I realized that it had been with me, the only one on this planet who's been with me and keeping me strong and giving me love and giving me strength was this heart. I absolutely just had a tear of joy falling down my face because it felt so warm and so home. I don't know if you feel that homeness, but I want you to remember every time you feel alone, you're not, and your heart is literally what gives the humanity what it stands for. It's what gives you your life. It's what gives you your strength. And remember that your heart is there with you. And for that reason, because it's been there with us since the beginning, and we have not ever taken the time to say thank you, I want you to spend this loving moment where you're experiencing this love within yourself, within your heart, to turn the love into itself and onto itself and thank it. And just shower your own self, your own heart, with your own love, that sensation, that beautiful sensation you're feeling in your body. Shower yourself with it. You deserve it. You absolutely deserve it. Just say thank you, heart. Thank you for being there when nobody else is. And thank you for giving me the push that I need when I need to get things done in life. And thank you for holding me from doing things that I shouldn't be doing, that my brain keeps on pushing me into. This is the center of your loving space. Actually, even in your energetic centers, this energetic center right here, this energetic wheel that just keeps on spinning, that you can notice if you put your attention more and more here. This energetic space is your heart's loving space. So I want you to get more familiar with it. Today is Valentine's Day, and there is no more thing precious than your own heart that gives you all the love, all the strength, all the brevity, all the courage, all the passion to actually make this experience of life worth living. That's why we all do everything we do. We just do everything to ultimately experience stuff. It's the most foundational human need of the 6 basic human needs. Take another deep breath. I want you to know this has nothing to do with belief, what we're doing together. HeartMath Institute has collected thousands of scientific studies from around the world into heart and brain. And they concluded that by doing what we're doing together right now, for a few minutes, you can bring a sense of calm, peace, creativity, connection to yourself and to your external space that is called coherence. It's measurable right now. Coherence is 100% measurable. And I want you to bring that coherence to your heart. The coherence between the heart and the brain brings coherence into the entire system. And we are constantly putting ourselves in a state of incoherence due to stress and anxiety, fear, and focusing on what's lacking, missing. So that's what we're doing completely the opposite of today. I want you to focus on what is available, what is within you, what is there right now, versus what is not. And by doing that and just taking these breaths, there's actually a 6-second in, 6-second out pattern of breathing that they have figured out in HeartMath is absolutely phenomenon in how you could regulate your coherence score, which shows how your heart is sending the safety signal to all of your body, and your brain goes into the response and starts regulating the hormones with over 1,200 biomarkers that change within the body the moment the brain gets the message from the heart that we are safe signal. Your body goes into this state, your brain goes into this state of saying, okay, we are safe. The heart says we are good. The heart says we are safe. Therefore, we are good. And it starts releasing all the parasympathetic of the autonomous nervous system hormones that start regulating the sympathetic behavior of the body. The sympathetic system of the body that creates and regulates and upregulates our response to stress, to anxiety, to fear, to when we focus on lack. So I want you to understand this, what I'm going through with you. This is literally what so many practitioners get paid hundreds of dollars to go and do with executives of Fortune 500 companies. This is not woo-woo. This is you spending time in your heart. And CEOs, when you work at Google, when you work at Apple, as a part of your regular services and benefits on top of your health and dental and eyes and all of those things, you have access to these services because you're a top performer in society. They want you to always be in your peak state. So what I'm sharing with you is not garbage. What I'm sharing with you is the most significant, valuable thing, even if you think about it in terms of money. But in terms of your connection to yourself, there's been nothing ever more important than you being able to connect with yourself and bring control to your emotional nervous system. so many illnesses, so many diseases, which we call disease, in human body manifests because of our lack of ability to control our parasympathetic part of the autonomic nervous system, and we're constantly pushing ourselves to the limit which the body was not made or designed to experience. It just wasn't. Our physical biological bodies were programmed and designed through evolution to enter into a state of fight or flight, which is when the sympathetic part of the nervous system starts coming in with the cortisol and endophrins on the parasympathetic side, and then the adrenaline hormone on the sympathetic side of the autonomic nervous system. Anytime your body goes in a fight or flight where it feels it's in danger, it starts actually releasing these just so that you could survive. We could survive. This is billions of years of programming. But I want you to understand that that programming was not made to be working 24/7 in overdrive mode. That programming was made to put your physical body, biological body in peak readiness to fight or flight, to run away, so you could survive the attack of a saber-toothed tiger or a bear or something. So you would survive. It's not made for you to tap into it and just go like, it's like going like pedal to metal, like redlining your engine like for 5 hours. Your car is gonna just crash. See, that's what you're doing to your body. 60% of the 95% of the repetition of the thoughts scientifically, feelings and things we do or don't do today is the same as yesterday, 95%. We talk about that. 60% of that is focusing on negative, fear, lack, which means 60% of our living day scientifically, our body, our biological body and nervous system is in a fight or flight system, subconsciously, just being in an overworking state. And that's why people develop allergies. That's why people develop migraines. That's why people develop all sorts of diseases that are not supposed to be there, unexplainable ones. Because the immune system gets weak and tired, and it stops functioning when your body is constantly in fight or flight mode, because now it goes into, I gotta repair things, we're about to get attacked, and then it's working at that heightened state. It's like redlining your engine all day. It's crazy. And then we want to, on top of that, push the body to work, and we want to, on top of that, push it to go to the gym, and then hopefully you push it to go to the gym, or you just sit down and abuse this body with as much garbage, put chips in there, alcohol in there, like sugar in there, processed food in there, like poison, pesticides, EMF pollutions, mercury and microplastics inside the water that you drink. And then we wonder, why is the body breaking? It's a miracle that this is just working. It's a miracle you are breathing. Every second, 1 million to 3 million cells inside your body are being replaced with new ones. Every second. Where do you think that energy, that love to keep you operating perfectly comes from? It comes from the field. Whether you want to call it the quantum field, you want to call it the energy, you want to call it the creator, you want to call it spirit, you want to call it Shiva, you want to call it prana, you want to call it Allah, you want to call it Yahweh, whatever you want to call it. That's cool. That's your thing. That's your language. I'm speaking about the same thing. God, anything. It's just a word. Don't get caught up in the word, okay? Let's not fight about what to call a tree in a different language, every language. And then do you see people standing and fighting over a tree because I say it's tree and the Spanish guy says something else and we're like, no, let's fucking fight. No, you don't do that. Okay, stop fighting. Something has created everything. That thing has different names. And that thing is what's keeping you alive. And that thing is flowing through you every second, every millisecond of every day. If it wasn't, your body would completely collapse. That's when the energy within the body leaves the body and the heart goes and it goes flat. So that thing that occupies your body, you want to call it whatever you want to call it, is just pure loving consciousness. It's just love. It's just energy. It's just keeping you alive. It's doing everything it can to fight for you, to make you just move and breathe so that you could walk around and experience this beautiful, crazy world with all these beautiful plants and all of the birds and the humans and the sun and the moon and the ocean and the vehicles that we get into. All of that experience only becomes possible because the miracle inside is keeping you alive. All I'm saying is thank that miracle as much as, not even as much as, like 100. See, I cannot even ask y'all to do it as much as you ask other people. You got to think like, oh, how the fuck do I thank myself so much? But thank, please, that force deep within you that is keeping you alive. That force deep within you that's keeping you connected. That force deep within you which gives you passion. That force deep within you that makes this conversation possible. Thank you. I'm going to thank that force within you and myself. Thank you. When was the last time you thanked yourself? You don't think you deserve to be thanked for everything you do? Do you? Do you do it enough? Do you thank yourself enough? I'm not here selling you anything. As you see, there's nothing to sell, nothing to buy. I just want to get you to tap more into who you are. Consultants without borders every day, that's our intention. Show up and serve you so that you could be your ultimate version of your potential. Quickest amount of possible. Quickest amount of time, in the quickest amount of time possible. And losing the least amount of energy, capital, pain, tears, blood, unless that's your path, unless you want to actually suffer and that's what you're here to experience. Go right ahead, my friend. Beat yourself out and down and do what you got to do. But I just want you to understand you're not alone. There is not everybody is trying to sell you something. There are millions and millions of people here on this planet doing the God's work, doing the good work, doing the serving of education, doing the serving. So many teachers are going around the world teaching to people that have no education for free. Humanity has this wrong idea today that there's this saying too, that nothing is free. Who says nothing is free? Every good thing in the world is free. You just have to pay for shit that you don't need. I will challenge you right now. You could, if you train yourself for 3 months, all you need to train yourself is for 3 months. You can pack your shit, go to the jungle somewhere, wherever you live in your country, or in the mountains, and start living and continue living. You could build a tribe. There are tribes right now, so many modern tribes around the world of people that have decided they don't want to work. So they just go to a jungle, a reserve, a mountains, and they get together, 100 people, 1,000 people. Some of them are big, some of them are only 50 people, just 10 families, 5 families. And they're deciding that we want to just experience this beautiful life. We don't need to work. We just need food and we need protection. Those are the 2 things you need. Everything else is just garbage. You don't need all the... Do you know how much, oh my God, don't even get me started on what damage we're putting on our own bodies by wearing and buying all the garbage clothing that we buy. 90% of them are synthetic material that all gets sucked in through the body, because the skin is the biggest organ of the body. It's an organ. It gets absorbing, it absorbs everything in. You could put something on your skin and then rub it, it goes right in. Every scientist will tell you this. And then we wear clothing that is made of synthetic plastic material. I love the sound of birds. Thank you. Such a blessing to be alive. Success, the ultimate success, only comes with fulfillment. Because success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure. I want you to remember that. And what is fulfillment? Fulfillment is the act of being able to be appreciative for what is available versus what is not. And expecting, why do I not have it? Why do I not have it right now? The reason you don't is because of the 95% of the way you think and do things and feel every day. That's why we have or don't have the things that we don't have. So it's very easy. It's not a rocket science when you want to change your life. We talked about this yesterday. Change is inevitable. Growth is choice, though. So life will change. Is life not going to change? Times don't change. Of course they do. What, you think technology is going to stop evolving because you're afraid of robotics and AI? It's going to say, oh, okay. Michael is very afraid of technology and embracing it, and he's 50 years old. So, all right, we'll just stop. We'll stop developing. No. Life is moving on with so much force. It's an avalanche. Nothing can stop. You can't stop life. You're gonna break. People break. That's why you see some people that are like 30 years old, 40 years old. They look like they're 60 years old. Tired. The eye has lost all of its... It's just like, oh. And they're working 2 full-time jobs. These poor people, poor souls. There's just no fulfillment. There's this constant, I don't have that, therefore I gotta work more. There's nothing wrong with that. There are many people that must. However, I'm saying it's a vicious loop that everybody finds themselves stuck in. If you and when you are ready to break out of any pattern that you keep on experiencing in your life, and everything is a pattern, I want you to understand. How many people do you know who've had unsuccessful marriages? They divorced, got into the next one, then they divorce again. And they think, oh, it's just my partner was bad. They cheated on me. Okay. All right, cool. Great. Let me ask you a question. Why did they cheat on you? Did they do it right away? No. You first went on the dates, you was the honeymoon and excitement, everything was love. Relationship turned stronger. Oh, I can't live without you. I can't live without me. Oh my goodness. Speaking of Valentine's Day, this is a perfect time for this, of course. Oh, we are head over heels, head over heels in love. And then you propose, and then you get married. And then what happens after the marriage? Sometimes a week later, sometimes a year, sometimes 10 years. everybody starts just resenting each other. What? So clearly something was initially right, then it went all wrong, and now you think just because it went all wrong, it was not my problem, it was all their problem. Therefore, I'm gonna go find the next partner, get into the next relationship, and that one's gonna work. Well, if you knew how not to break it, you would not have ever broken it to begin with, would you? See, a relationship is a living, breathing thing. That's the mistake that people make. You think I'm becoming a partner, wife, husband, boyfriend, girlfriend to this person, and my job is to just keep on doing what I was doing, and everything is just going to get better from this point on. No. Because it's like just saying, I'm going to just bring a child and just keep on doing what I was doing before I had a child and hope everything is going to get better. No. You can never create a new form of life and then expect it to just thrive on its own without putting your conscious attention and effort and focus on it. You can't do that. It's everything in life to grow. Remember, change is going to happen. The child is eventually going to grow. The relationship is gonna, the time is going to go. Like, the relationship will move forward. Change will happen. It's just that the growth in the relationship requires your what? Conscious attention. So, why is this important? Because how many people want to have a better relationship? How many people want to have a better relationship with their partner? It's Valentine's Day, right? What if we could actually give them the ultimate gift? The ultimate gift, which is your conscience present, especially for men watching this. We don't know how to do this by default, because with the masculine energy, we were not taught how to be present, and the feminine energy always wants to just have the attention and just be present. The biggest thing, and that's why men always say, oh, we don't understand women, they're so complicated. Yes, women are supposed to be complicated. They're supposed to be. That's how they're built. That's their beauty. It's like saying, what's this animal called with the massive tail that opens up and just goes really beautiful? I wish somebody would send me that if they're watching on YouTube. The bird, the beautiful bird. Come on to me. Not an ostrich. No, that's not the beautiful one. Oh God. Anyways, it's gonna come to me. But you know what I mean. The beautiful bird opens this like nice, beautiful tail. By the way, the funny story, the male is the one that does that. But anyways, that complexity, those color shades, that wow. First time, every time I see that happen in front of me, I go, wow. That complexity is the feminine, is the beauty, is the nature, is the colors, is the attention that's everywhere. The masculine energy is the one that's focused. It just wants to get stuff done, and it's the one that just wants to push on and make things happen, find solutions. The feminine is not finding solutions. The feminine is just being. The feminine energy is just all over the place. It just wants to connect a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Oh my God, this is so beautiful. The butterflies. Oh, I gotta go feed the child. I gotta come make the food. Oh, I gotta tend to my partner. Beautiful. It's all over the place. So don't try to understand it with the mind of a masculine energy. That's why men go crazy. Why do I not understand my partner? That's literally why. Because we are trying to understand a different possibility using a state of observation that is not even considering that there is another version of reality. And everybody thinks the way I do. The way I do. Which, by the way, in the 6 steps of the development of consciousness, Dr. Alan Watkins actually talks about this, a very famous psychologist. Not a psychologist, he was actually an MD. However, he got into the world of psychology. This is literally the 3rd level of development of consciousness, which doesn't actually break past the 4th, which is why so many people get stuck with thinking that the world. Okay, let me share a secret with you. If you're still here with me, Valentine's Day, we're talking about relationships, we're talking about how to actually have better relationships. I'm not selling you anything. This is Consultants Without Borders daily growth clinic. Any growth in your life in the money department will start with you. The quality of the life that you experience is defined by the quality of the relationships that you have. So the better your relationships quality is with your partner, with your kids, with your family, with yourself, the better your life will feel to you. Do you understand that? Snap it out, snap it out. Good, perfect. I want to share a secret with you, and stay with me because this will absolutely blow your mind. The CIA, you know CIA? Yes, you do. The Central Intelligence Agency. So these guys are the most powerful just operation in the world in collecting information through network of agents, spies, whatever you want to call them, whose jobs it is to go and do something called a bump, which means randomly walking into a subject that has been predefined and profiled with all the psychologists and the different expertise that they have to understand what that bump should look like, what the conversation is like, what the next conversation should be, for it not to drop, for it to stick. And then there are 3 levels of space that they call. We all have the public space, we all have the intimate space, and then we all have our secretive space. Every human has 3 spaces. I'm giving you a crash course in spy school, which is going to change your understanding of life. There is a reason that CIA is the most powerful in the world. It's because they have the best information and knowledge, and they don't sit there and talk about woohoo. They actually collect the information, research, and leverage it. So what I'm telling you is straight out of CIA through an agent that is actually teaching this. It's called Everyday Spy. You could go actually follow up on this guy. He's a coach right now. He's gotten out of the agency, whatever that means, and now he is now sharing and teaching these to the corporate world, and he has a crazy YouTube channel. You want to actually go watch him. Is brilliant. But listen to this. So the idea is CIA understands that in order for them to pull information from you on national security of another country, if you're a general in that country, what they need to do is they need to infiltrate your secretive space, which you guard so dearly that even your wife doesn't know about the stuff you hold in there. Your husband doesn't even know about the stuff you hold in there. The secret space is the space that nobody gets into. That's the intention. Do you understand how much skills and psychology is needed for this to happen? These people are not stupid people. These are generals. These are army generals. These are contractors of high paying level that they need to have information dumps from them. These information dumps, they are trained to actually protect anybody against taking it. So this is where it gets very exciting. The CIA, and this is how I want you to use the CIA's information so that you could grow closer in your life with yourself, with your partner, with your clients, and be able to make more success and money and happiness by bringing the quality relationships and wealth and abundance. All of this will connect to each other. Just stay with me for a second. The CIA says that the world population is divided into 2 groups, okay? One group, 98% of the population. The other group, 2% of the population. The 98% of the population are the population that feel the reality is just one way, and that is what I'm experiencing, and there is no other possibility. Those are 98% of the population, and these are the ones that are, I'm sorry to just say it so bluntly, but what are called the NPCs, non-playing characters, the sheep, whatever you want to call it. Now, what is life for them like? Life for them is like, oh, I'm this person, my name is this, I went to this school, and I've worked at this company, this is my wife, this is my kid, and that's who I am. That's who I am. Who are you, John? That's who I am. I just told you everything. And then there is a 2% of the population. The 2% of the population don't experience life the same as the 98. They experience life through the perspective of, I am who I need to be. What does that mean? It means I can become who I need to be for what I want to happen. Okay, how can that happen? That means you're acting. No, they're not acting. They just understand that identity is nothing more than made up stories. And those stories are passing through what we already discussed previously as a part of our brain called the reticular activating system, or RAS. And our RAS is in charge of recognizing patterns externally through our 5 perceptory senses and tell us what reality is. Now, when your RAS believes that you are John and there is no other possibility, and you are a male that was born in Arkansas, and you have a family, you were born with 2 brothers, 1 sister, and that is who I am, then your RAS will not allow you to see and experience the world beyond that level of foundational understanding. You know what that means? That means, have you ever bought a car and realized that when you get it and you start driving, you're like, why is everybody having my car now? I see my car everywhere now. You did not see that car before. I have a question. You think everybody just went and bought your car the same day you bought it? No. It's just that your car was not in your RAS. So therefore your brain did not give it any meaning of significance. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. If you believe there is just one version of reality and that version is your version, then you're going to have a fight and bad time with your partner, with your family, with your community, with yourself, because you always keep on experiencing things randomly that will be opposing to your perspective and view, and then you're going to be fighting to keep the views that you believe are true. So let's just put it this way. We have over 1 billion people on this planet who believe that the right God who created all of this, his name is Allah, and if you don't believe in him, you're not a non-believer, which means you're gonna go to hell. Okay, cool, perfect. Then we have another 1 billion people on this planet. They believe the name of the source is called God, through the Holy Spirit, Trinity, and all of that stuff. And if you don't believe in that, then you're a non-believer and you're gonna go to jail. Okay, perfect. So now we immediately have 2 billion, over 2.5 billion of planet Earth who believe the other 6 billion people are all non-believers and are gonna go to hell. Meanwhile, everybody else also believes they have the right formula and everybody else is wrong. Do you see why we are living in the way we are living today? It's because 98% of the almost 7 billion population of Earth thinks that they have it figured out because their parents and their priests told them, and everybody else is going to go to hell, and at all means and all measures, we're going to have problems. That's why we're living in a friggin' world that is still in 2025 fighting and killing each other over stories of prophecies from 2,000 years ago. This is absolute definition of insanity, which, by the way, CIA loves, because they could easily now play when you're the only one that believes that the shadow on the wall is the creation of these majestic fire, which is a god. They could easily play with you with that now, because they could show shadows on the wall with hands and a light, and you're going to be like, holy shit, there is a moving spirit. I'm just letting you know that the way the CIA, the strongest, most intelligent group of people on this planet, defines and splits humanity is to two groups. The 2% that are multi-dimensional beings, and the 98% that are single-dimensional beings. Now that I tell you this, you could continue experiencing a single-dimensional life. There's no problem with that. I just want you to understand that the 2% of the population who are multidimensional are the ones that not only create their own life the way they exactly want it, but they also create the lives for the 98%. The way the single dimensional beings feel like they have a choice and they could choose between Apple or Samsung. Oh, good job. They're both owned by the same companies, BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street. This is our job. This is our job. This is my job. This is why I get paid $600 per hour to do what I do. So I'm telling you, I'm giving you the DL, I'm giving you the Riz, I'm just dropping the Riz bombs here for you for free, and I'm not asking you to, I'm not even giving you anything to buy. I'm just letting you know that the illusion of choice is only present as a tool to exploit the 98% through marketing. And Valentine's Day, as we started this conversation today, is the foremost, most profound ideation of these manipulations of the single-dimensional beings. And this was my invitation to you. We spent 52 minutes today, and my invitation is, don't get sucked into the single-dimensional experience, because you don't have to. You have a choice. You could easily become a 2%er of the population by exercising your birthright of being a multidimensional being. You don't have to live within a mold predefined by your ancestors and the structures that have created the language, culture, religion that you were born into. You don't have to adhere to those as the foundational root meanings of life in order for you to experience the fullest life. You cannot do that. I'm just letting you know. You won't be able to do that. I'm not saying take your belief systems away. I'm just telling you to be multidimensional in terms of possibilities. I'm inviting you to think outside of the box, the proverbial box. Do not live inside the box. This Valentine's Day, if you want to create a massive shift in how you experience your love life, the best thing you can do, the best ultimate gift you could give yourself and your loved ones is your gift, your commitment of yourself to become a being that doesn't suffer. Does that mean there is no pain? No, there's always pain. You could always stub your toe when you're walking on the table. But if you hold it in your hands, crunch down on the floor and start screaming like a child for 3 hours, you're just now reliving that painful experience, and your body is getting tenser and tenser every moment, which means you're just going to experience it more. You didn't need to do that. So many times you could just, with all that ultimate pain, keep on walking and it's going to be going away. That's what I'm inviting you to do. Understand that the pain is different than the suffering. Understand that change is different than growth. Change and pain are both inevitable. Suffering and growth are choices. Ray Dalio, one of the richest men on this planet in terms of venture capital, and he's managing about 200 billion in assets. Self-made, by the way. Self-made. Broke family. Self-made. You know what he says? Very interesting. He says, experience plus reflection equals growth. Experience plus reflection. Reflection is the part where you actually say, okay, I had the experience. Now I'm going to sit and look at it from multi-dimensional possibilities to reflect, what did I miss? What could I have done if I thought differently? What would somebody else as a consultant think about my situation? This is called reflection. Something that happens, then you must reflect on it, and from that process, you could grow. You will grow naturally. Now, here's the thing, and this is the part that I must add to it from the world of NLP. Experience plus deflection instead of reflection, which means I'm going to deflect the experience that I just had and just pretend like it just brush it under the rug, equals a stagnation, which becomes the death of your soul, which is why humans start suffering. It becomes suffering. So every time you have an experience, if you actually reflect by changing your dimensions and perspectives and getting a different newfound understanding of how it happened, you're growing from it naturally. Good, perfect. Every time an experience happens and you just repel and you deflect it, then you are putting yourself in a mandatory state of suffering. Today is Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. I want you to spend more time reflecting on the experience of love and life, and feel how you give every human love, but not yourself. Experience love from a newfound dimension within yourself that I just shared with you. You 100% have the capability to experience. Every human on this planet has the birthright to be a multidimensional being. Don't get stuck in one dimension, one possibility. And that's the only way that life is. It's just, that's the way it is. There's nothing I can do. That's the way I am. That's who I am. That's the best one. Do you know what is these are the biggest giveaways of single dimensional thoughts. So when somebody tells to you, or you tell yourself, that's how it is, that's who I am, it's not possible, it's not doable, not right now. These are all giveaways of what a single dimensional being, which is a 98% of the population today, experiences their life like. Those are the red flags that, as pattern recognition experts, we get paid to go in there, find, and help our clients go from 98% to 2%. So that they could become multidimensional beings. That's why I'm inviting you to start taking the steps in the direction of your own growth and of your own fulfillment to please become a multidimensional being. All right, I gave you the science, I gave you the facts, I gave you the riz. 58 minutes, 59 minutes together. I really wish you an amazing Valentine's Day with yourself. You owe it to yourself. Please reflect, go in, do not deflect what the conversation today was about, because this will change your life. It will change your life, I guarantee you. If it hasn't already just throughout this conversation, it will once you start going in, giving yourself the opportunity to experience your heart, your love from new perspectives. You owe it to yourself. I'm not asking you to spend money on me or time on me. I'm saying do it for you. Okay. Love you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for taking the time. I value your time. And that's why I try my best to give you so much value every day from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with these weekly wonderful, wonderful opportunities that we get to connect with each other, to grow with each other in the direction of success, in the direction of wealth, in the direction of fulfillment, and in the direction of vitality. That's the entire idea of this program. I really hope we gave you so much value. And please like this. That's the least I can ask of you. Like it and send it to somebody else if it served you in any way. That's all I ask. Thank you so much. Until, I don't know if tomorrow or this Saturday or Sunday, we're going to be traveling from Orlando to Tampa and doing exciting things with Star. I'm going to try my best to make these. If I can't, then I'll see you on Monday. If I can, then all the best. You know, I'm looking forward to it. Let's go. Let's go. Go have fun. If you're single, this is your amazing opportunity to love yourself and spend time with yourself. If you're with your partner, give them so much love, shower them with so much love, but don't forget to spend that loving time with yourself. All right? Okay. Bye, bye, bye. Be well.